every once in a while, mate, we'll get a really hot, kind of nervous horse through the academy training program. And they're just real busy-minded. There might be an ex-barrel racing horse, there might be an ex-thoroughbred off the track, an Arabian that's on crack. You know, they're just busy-minded and always in a hurry to get to the next location. So we'll put them through the typical fundamentals, of course, and we put them through everything I've shown you on this series. But they'll still kind of have some of that lingering, I'm in a hurry to get to the next spot, rather than just kind of more of that relaxed cadence, gait, you know, whether it's a walk, trot, or canter. They're always busy to get to the next location. So this is a neat little way of fixing that. It works really well. So right here is kind of where we saddle the horses for the academy. You know, we don't tie them up to the hitching rod, but we put our saddles and things there. So we'll get on the horse right here, okay? Saddle them up and get on them. This is assuming after we've already done our groundwork, etc. So once we've gone ahead and got on them, then what we'll do is we'll, you know, obviously flex them for, you know, a minute or two at the standstill. And then I'll come over here and I'll just kind of bend them around, soften them up, for 2 or 3 minutes. Just warm them up. Hey, listen to me, soften to my hand, soften to my inside leg, etc. Okay? Now what I like about Elvis is he's now starting to get to where he's really keeping that neck a lot lower. Remember, the softer a horse gets, 2 things will happen. Number 1, they'll start creating more slack with that inside rein. Like when I drop that inside rein to my knee, he should stay there. Now he's not staying there forever, of course, but he's getting better about staying there in a loose rein. And he's getting the top of the bridle over the top of his head here. It won't get above his withers. That means when a horse will relax that neck down, it means they're getting a lot softer. Okay, so I'll spend, you know, 3 or 4 minutes just bending the horse around, softening them up, making sure they're listening, etc. But where these horses really get busy is when you put them on a loose rein and you just kind of let them walk and head out in the trail or head out through the ranch where you're not really training on them. And because you're not training on them, they get real busy-minded and start thinking, man, I gotta get to the next location. So this is what I'll do with those type of horses. So I'll warm them up like so, and now I'll go and do some rollbacks, okay? Right here where we saddle them, right here at this rollback fence. Now when I say rollbacks, they could be your bending rollbacks or straight rollbacks. It doesn't really matter, but he has to work. Forward. Get out. Again, don't make the circle too big. No larger than say 40, 45 feet. If it gets too much bigger than that, it's not hard enough for them. Whoa. See, I could feel him diving in there, so that's why I rolled back a little earlier. Anytime, whoa. Now right there, I'm gonna take that nose away from him. He felt kind of stiff. Okay. And like right there, I felt him diving in to the left there. So I'm gonna bend him around to the right. Now I'm gonna lope off. Any area where I feel like he's diving in, okay, or if he starts to anticipate right there and thinking about turning, I drive him on. Whoa. That's better. I'm looking for a nice round circle. Whoa. So these rollbacks, again, work on getting the horse to pick up the correct lead. It's too hard for a horse to lope on the incorrect lead and it's such a tight circle. Or makes them work off their hindquarters, works on your lateral flexion, etc. Now here I might surprise him and just kind of bend him in. I want to keep him guessing, okay? Keep him guessing what I'm going to do next. So I'll do this for say somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Depends on how hot the horse is or, you know, how athletic they are or how much gas they've got. You know, he's not being bad at all. If anything, he's a little too slow. And I'm gonna bend him down again. So now what I'm gonna do is after I've done this for 5 to 10 minutes, you know, I'm doing a little bit quicker on camera here, of course. But after I've done this for 5 to 10 minutes, then I just basically put the horse on a loose rein and I let him walk to the next location. and I go to another rollback fence because I've got these things spread out all over the ranch. And what I'm trying to do is teach the horse there's no point being in a hurry, because wherever we go is worse than where you're at right now. So walking on a loose rein is actually the best part of the day. So what'll happen is you'll put them on a loose rein and they'll kind of really power walk, you know, like power walk to the next location. A lot of them won't necessarily trot off because they know we'll do a million transitions if they do, but they'll walk as fast as they can possibly walk. Let them do that. And then as soon as you get to the next location, you go ahead and do the rollbacks again. Now it usually takes 3 or 4 different stopping points of rollbacks before the horse says, man, it seems to be the same thing keeps happening. I keep rushing, and wherever I finally end up getting to, it's just more work. So it's basically like you walk along, you know, 500 feet, and then I make you do 50 push-ups. Then you walk 500 feet, and I make you do 50 push-ups. Pretty soon after you do that 3 or 4 times, you start walking slower and slower to the next location, because you know once you get there, I'm going to make you do 50 push-ups. So it gets those horses to stop thinking, you know, hot horses think a mile down the road. I want them to think 3 feet in front of their nose. Lazy horses think 5 feet behind them. Okay, you get my drift? I'm wanting to think just ahead of me. With those busy horses, they're always thinking the next county. So I want to show them, hey, don't be in a hurry, because wherever we're going sucks for you. So you might as well just chill out, have a cigarette and gain some weight and just chill out on loose rein and just be a good little boy here and just chill out. Okay, mate, so now we're just going to go and head off to the next location. I'm going to put him on a loose rein and I'm going to leave him be. Okay, so he might power walk, but as long as he doesn't break gait, I leave him alone. It's important that you don't train on the horse between point A and point B. The walking on a loose rein has got to be the reward. So if you're messing with them constantly between the 2 points, then it clouds the horse's vision what he's supposed to be doing. I want him to think push-ups here, push-ups here. The only good place is in the middle. This is the calm place. And then he does more push-ups here, and then I walk him over here and more here. And pretty soon they get to the point where they're like, man, I'm not rushing anywhere because life just sucks. Wherever I'm going, it sucks. So I might as well just take my time, relax, walk, you know, just be a good little riding partner, okay? So let's head off, mate. So the whole trick to this is kind of let the horse just chill right now. But again, in the beginning, they'll still be kind of forward. He's being really good. This is a nice, relaxed walk for me. I like his walk right now, okay? But those hot horses, I mean, they power down that road, okay? They're always busy, busy, busy. So they'll do that, leave them be, okay? But when they get to the next location, we work them again. And it usually takes at least 3 separate locations for them to say, damn it, we're at the same place again. Why does this keep happening to me? Okay? And you can do anything. You could circle trees, you could do just about anything, but the rollbacks on the fence, the reason I like it is I don't need a lot of room. It really physically challenges them. It knocks the air out of them. It works on my steering wheel, my brake, my collection, my lateral flexion. So I do a lot of good to the horse in a small location, not a lot of time, most bang for the buck, and then I walk on again. Now, if he trotted off, of course, I would then bend him around to a walk and then pitch him away again. But if you're jacking with him, you know, working on your vertical flexion or shoulder in or shoulder out, if you're jacking with him in between rollback fences, so to speak, or points, the walk won't look such a good deal. You want the walk to look like, man, this is the best part of the day. So I've almost got to my second fence. Wait till you actually get onto the pad or where you're going, and then go walk him again, okay? It's very important not to hurry the horse until you get to the location. So you know, the locations can be any distance you want. As a general rule, I just make it kind of like a 5-minute walk. If I had to kind of guess, about a 5-minute walk would be the next location, okay? Cool. It's a chance for the horse to catch his air. It's a chance for the horse to relax. Whoa. And to figure out, he doesn't need to be in a hurry to go anywhere. You might bend him down here, take away a little bit of that stiffness. You don't always have to be doing rollbacks, change it up. Like here, I'll bend him down again. Inside leg, there, he got a lot softer, a lot quicker that way. Okay, as long as you're kind of making them work, and to lope a pretty tight circle like this, you know, they have to put some effort into it, okay? It's not easy for them. Bend him down again, this inside rein. You know, you can change it up and do some serpentines with them in here. Right hand, right leg. Left hand, left leg. Okay? Break that body loose laterally. Doesn't matter what you do. You can yield their hindquarters. As long as they're kind of having to hustle and work, that's the point of it. Rollbacks is the best way to do that. Whoa. 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 Mix it up for him. Keep him guessing. Like right here, he feels a little stiff. Gonna go to his belly. So I would do this typically for another 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I would head off again. He doesn't need it, okay? I'm just trying to kind of simulate, you know, he's not hot, but this, I would do it longer than what I'm doing it now, that's for sure. So do it for another 2 or 3 more minutes. You basically want to make sure, well, the horse is pretty tired. You want to make sure he's huffing and puffing pretty good, where he's like, man, this sucks. I don't want to be here. When he's got that attitude, you're making progress. So now I bend him around. I always soften him up here before I head off. Make sure he's soft and listening to me. Okay? And then I'm just going to go ahead and head off. Let him walk for roughly about 5 minutes until we get to the next fence. It's crucial that you let the horse now walk on a loose rein and leave him alone. This is his reward. You could rub on his neck a little bit even. Okay? Encourage him to say, hey, just take a chill pill. Nobody's hurting you. Okay, so we've let him walk up here to the next fence. Once we get here again, we go loping. You know, I got to thinking about it as I was walking over here. A good rule of thumb would be be able to walk for 5 to 7 minutes before you went and did your rollbacks again. Okay, that gives the horse a chance to get his air back. It gives him a chance to relax before the next fence. Whoa. What you're trying to do, I'm going to bend him around here. He feels stiff here. What you're trying to do is get the horse to think walking on loose rein is the easiest part of the day. So he should enjoy it, take his time, not be so busy-minded. And since I started doing this, it made a huge difference to those busy horses, hot horses. Now, it usually takes about 3 days for the horse to finally give up their union card. You know, you'll see some results the first day, but not a lot, okay? Second day, usually the first 2 walk-offs are pretty fast, and then the third one he says, oh, I remember this crap from yesterday. And then the fourth one's pretty good, okay? And then usually the third day is when they're like, okay, this keeps happening to me, doesn't it? So if you're going to do this, do it for at least 3 days, preferably about 5 days, okay? Because if you don't do it with enough repetition, the horse doesn't get a chance to practice. Come here, soften up. Move those feet around. He's pulling on me again. Take that nose away from him. If you only ever do rollbacks at the fence, they will get a little nervous about it. So it's important to do a combination of rollbacks and just bending transitions here. That's better. He feels a lot softer on this left rein now. Right there, he kind of grabbed a hold of me, so I take him off it again. So what I would do now is I'd do this again for another 2 or 3 more minutes, okay? And make sure he's nice and tired and kind of sweaty and he's looking for that rest. The key is you've got to lope them enough to where they're saying, please can't we slow down? Please can't we stop? Man, I need some air back, okay? That's how much you've got to do it. And then go ahead and turn him loose again and let him walk 5 to 7 minutes to the next fence. But you won't usually see too much slowdown in them for the first 2 times you do it. It's usually that 3rd walk off that you'll start to see a difference. So I'm gonna head off now, mate, to the next fence. Rub on them, let them walk on loose rein. Try to make this part be the easy part. Okay, mate, so this is the 4th rollback fence for today. Anything over 3 is really where you really start to make the improvement there, okay? 3 is the magic number, and anything over that is just bonus land. Cool. Right here, he's kind of looking at those cameras and grabbed a hold of that bridle, pull him around, get him off it. Anytime I feel him grab that bridle, like right there again, pull him around, inside leg, soften that rib cage up. And I add some sand here so it's a little bit deeper for him, which it makes him work just that much harder. Again, this is not going to be fun for them. It's got to be work at each stopping location, okay? Because that's the part where you're saying, hey, why are you in such a hurry? It's just another 50 push-ups, remember? Cool. 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 Soften him up here. Like right there, he's picked up the wrong lead. Make him hustle. Pick him with that outside leg. There, until he picks up that correct lead. And when he does pick up that correct lead, let him lope 2 or 3 circles as a reward. When they pick up that wrong lead, thump him with that outside leg and spur him, make him do a flying lead change. And then when they do, leave them alone. So that they got to figure out left circle, left lead. Whoa. Now right there, he kind of pulled on me there, so I'm going to pull him around a little bit here. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so again, I would do this for at least another minute or 2. Okay, just before I leave the fence though, I always like to soften them up laterally, make sure they're listening, getting off my hands and legs. I want that softness there. And then we're gonna head off to the next fence. Now the next fence is gonna be where we started, that's home. That could be the most crucial one out of all of them, is the last one. Because the last one's at home, so you really want to discourage those hot, nervous horses from wanting to be in a hurry to get home, okay? So leave him alone again, let him walk on a loose rein. So this next fence will be the 5th one, but this is almost the most important one to discourage him from wanting to get home. Okay, mate, this is the most important area to work the horse. This is the one where we're home again, okay? This is where you want those horses absolutely dreading to get back home. If you just come home and unsaddle your horse, I promise you, you'll create a bunch of problems because it'll make that horse want to rush home because he thinks that's where the rest is. Now, even if you don't have a fence, okay, to roll your horse back, okay? You could use an imaginary fence. You could just bend the horse out like I've been doing the last couple of times, okay? Like here, instead of doing a rollback, just bend him around, soften him up and lope off. It's not ideal because the horse really has to use himself much better when he does a rollback, but the same principle would apply. Whoa. The worst mistake you can do with a horse is bring him back to the barn and get off him. It just teaches them to be barn sour. Whoa. Whoa. He's starting to roll back with a lot more smoothness to him. Whoa. Not pulling on me as much. Right. So you get the gist of it, okay? Again, I would practice that for at least 2 or 3 more minutes. And then what I might do is I really like to finish off a lot of my training at home working on some backing, especially those busy-minded horses. Remember, backing up is the foundation of your stop. It's the foundation of collection. Yield the hindquarters, back him up. I love the last thing that you do on a horse is the first thing they remember the next day. So I want him to remember getting soft here and getting back. Good boy. And I would do that quite a bit more than what I'm doing right now, okay? So let's talk about how this is going to work, okay? The first day you do this with one of these kind of hot, busy horses, you're going to see some results for the day, but not a lot. Don't get too worried about that. Do it a minimum of 3 times, preferably 4, and 5's even ideal. 5 different locations. Okay, it might take you an hour, hour and a half to do all of it, okay? Second day, he'll start out a little fast, and maybe after the first fence or 2, then he'll say, man, I remember this from yesterday, and he'll start slowing down some more. But where you see the real results is the 3rd day. The 3rd day after you do your first fence, they should start melting pretty quickly. And then if you do it, if you're smart, you'll continue in doing it for day 4 and day 5, and that's where it really gets to be solid. Now, after the horse is really walking on a loose rein, he's relaxed, he's not trying to speed up, then if you want to start doing a little bit of training in between the different points, point A and point B, you're fine to do that. But don't mess with the middle part until they're really, really relaxed there, because the horse has got to have a clear choice. Option A, roll back, sweat, work your butt off. Option B, rest in the middle here. This is the easy part, so enjoy it. And then the next fence is work again. So if you complicate it by doing too much training in between point A, these 2 points here, horses are very simple creatures. They're not that, they can't comprehend too many things at once, okay? So again, most of the time, everything I've shown you up to this point will get those hot, nervous ones to relax, and this is not necessary. What I've just showed you now is really for those horses with ingrained hot problems. Ex-barrel racing horses, ex-race horses, ex-crackhead Arabs, okay? Quarter horses that just want to run, racing quarter horses. This exercise here, in conjunction with everything else, will really, really get one to just give up the surrender flag. Hey, I just want to be good. I want to be a good boy today, Clint. Do we have to do all this loping? I just want to walk and relax, please.
get more. The No Worries Club is the best way to get the most out of your training experience. Stick around to find out more.
Hey mate, Clint Anderson here. For the past 20 years, I've devoted my life to creating the best training tools and videos available to help bring my method to you. But there's only one problem. You can't bring your TV into the arena. That's why we've been hard at work developing a new platform to deliver the method to you in a whole new way. A way that brings 20 years of horsemanship and puts it in the palm of your hand. Introducing the mobile method. It's part of the new Downunder digital experience, and it makes learning the method easier than ever before. Let me show you how it works, mate.
Now you can always have access to the method, even when you're on the go or at the barn. The Downunder Horsemanship app gives you access to your digital training kits and allows you to download videos and training content directly to your mobile device or view them on your computer. The Downunder Horsemanship app also offers over 86 hours of free, in-depth training content. No Worries Club members will have full access to Clinton's ever-growing training library and a massive amount of members-only features and information. And the best part is, you can view and interact with each lesson on your mobile device or computer, giving you ultimate access to the method anytime and any place.
The method is the key to getting the most out of your partnership with your horse. We want everybody to experience the difference it will make. That's why we created 3 new ways for you to get the training content you need at the price you want. Our basic level allows you to purchase and download training content to your device at our standard price with no annual fee. When you become a No Worries Club member for $19.99 a month, you get up to 50% discount on any of your purchases. Plus, you get 8 digital videos and 4 digital journals a year, and access to the No Worries Club website, the largest collection of method material and resources in the world. Plus, you can become part of our social network and chat with thousands of other folks just like you. If you want the ultimate experience, mate, the premium membership is for you. You get all the benefits of the No Worries Club, a printed copy of our No Worries Club quarterly journal, and access to all of the method and the professional series kit training videos. Altogether, that's thousands of dollars of horse training and 20 years of horsemanship delivered right to your fingertips. So there you have it, folks. The new mobile method app is the easiest and most effective way to deliver the maximum amount of knowledge at a minimal amount of time. And with the new No Worries Club, you can be assured you're going to get exactly what you need at a price that's right for you. It's a free download, so what are you waiting for, mate? Get started today.
Start your digital training experience today. Visit our website and download the Downunder Horsemanship app to experience the method in a whole new way.